The Den recommend archetypes. Do you know what an archetype is? No, there can be multiple ways of looking at it, but in this discussion, I'm talking about an archetype as a model of a person, personality, or behavior. Archetypes belong to the collective unconscious. So this means that they exist beyond us, but in patterns and role models of such that are repeated throughout time. Archetypes have been present in folklore and literature for thousands of years and appear to be present in prehistoric artwork. For example, think of Earth Mother, wise leader, healer, oracle, warrior, knight, martyr, seducer, the child, the victim. Now, these may be a little bit hard to grasp because they're so conceptual, but you can probably think of examples of these from your life and see how they seem to represent a set of characteristics common to that archetype. But why am I talking about archetypes here? What's the power in learning about these for your sexual growth and pleasure? Well, to help you step into your own power, take a look at which archetypes already speak to you and your strengths. And then you can evoke an archetype of someone whose qualities and strengths you wish to emulate. What if you did this with a strong, beautiful, sexy woman, a goddess, or someone from history or current times who you admire? If you called upon this image when approaching dating, relationships, or just awareness of yourself as a sexual being, it's powerful. And as a perfect example of this, Linda is going to perform a bit from her Lilith monologue.
I am Lilith, dark goddess of untamed erotic power. I am your wild, instinctual knowing and the creative power of the womb. In the past, millennia ago, I was the great goddess of all the Semitic people. It was I who brought them agriculture, and I protected women and children. But that was before the dark times, and the feminine was repressed. Now, in biblical tradition, I am cast as first woman, created simultaneously with Adam, until I fled paradise and my controlling husband. Now, I want to tell you what really happened. At first, Adam and I enjoyed our wild sexuality and lived as partners in the magical, sensual, pulsing dance of life. But then he began to change. He thought of me as the wiser one and could tell me what to do. And worse, he criticized my wildness. Well, I was a woman who ran with the wolves, to be sure. And then one day, he insisted that we make love with him on top, weighing me down, restricting my movements, making me passive. Well, I was always one for variety, but he wouldn't let me get on top as well. And he persisted in this request. Well, I knew he wanted to dominate me in a way that felt disrespectful, out of balance, and denying my own eroticism. And so I refused. And of course, he complained to Yahweh, who came against me, and I shape-shifted into a great dark bird and flew away. And of course, they replaced me with a more compliant Eve, who was supposed to be submissive, self-sacrificing, and chaste. But even she got the blame for acting on her own and eating of the fruit of wisdom.
Thank you so much, Linda. That was great. Can you imagine what it would be like to evoke this archetype and walk around in those shoes of power and passion? So right now I'm evoking the archetype of Wonder Woman. What about you? Visit me at drjensden.com.